Good afternoon everybody, Model Maker John here, and today we're going to be reviewing the Dam Buster Grandslam bomber. It's the Avro Lancaster B Mark III Special Dam Buster, or the Special Edition B Mark I Grandslam bomber. Both Second World War aircraft, both flown by the RAF. Most notably known as the Dam Buster for its raids on the German dams in the Second World War. So we're going to have a look at the little box first. Well, it's not such a little box, if I'm honest with you. It's quite big. This has been on my top 10 models to do for a long time. As you can see, it's got lovely artwork across the front, all your details. It's a 1/48 scale, series number 111, and the fuselage is 443mm and the wingspan is 648mm. Kit enables are similar to either the Mark I Special or the Mark III Special variant. Modified bomb bays and unique ordnance accordingly reproductions. Comes with pre-painted canopy parts, 5 crew figures, and of course 3 colour options. So if we look at the side of the box there, you can see there we've got the Dam Buster version with the colour schemes and the paints depicting which colours to follow. If we move along the box slightly there, we can see the painted canopies which come with the kit, which is quite handy. One point to note though is that if you do go with the painted canopies, you will have to follow the Tamiya colours, unless you're going to mask out and paint with the clear set. It's entirely up to you. Another point to note is that if you notice on the instructions sheet, which I've just posted recently, you'll see that half of this canopy is brown anyway, so you're going to have to mask it out and paint it. Just something for you to think about. Moving around the box, and there we have the Grandslam variant with the colour schemes and the Grandslam bomb. As you notice, no top gunner and no forward facing gunner position either. That's blanked off. You get a blank in the kit for that. Nose cone of course, but no forward gunner. Dam Buster has the forward gunner, no top gunner, but does have a belly gunner as well, or a belly gun I should say. Anyway, so that's the box art. As I say, it's a massive kit. Now this kit I've seen varied from price. I got an absolute bargain here from Jadlam Models. I hope he doesn't mind me mentioning him. This was £76 with 3 postage and packing. Absolute bargain. I've seen them go for considerably more than that. Anything from, as I say, £76 up to 150, sometimes 160. Different types of Lancaster. You can get Lancaster with micro motors. The motors run, all singing, all dancing. But if you just fancy doing this particular one, this is the kit for you. As I say, been on my top 10 for a long time. So let's have a look at the kit inside. I'll just put that lid over there out the way. Okay, so let's get straight in. Look at the size of these wings. This is a large kit, and if you're going to display it somewhere, I would suggest that you clear a lot of space for it, because the wingspan alone on it is incredible. So if we have a look at the wingspan there, I'm going to put my hand there. That's my hand. That's absolutely massive. Beautiful clear panel lining. Beautiful, beautiful rivet lining as well, if that camera's catching it up there for you. Really, really nice. Moving along the wing. Lovely detail. Lovely detail all the way along. And the end of the wings there, the cutout for the landing lights, port and starboard side. If we move over and flip the wing over onto its underside, we can see here we've got the pre-shaped, pre-cut undercarriage bays for when you come around to that part of the kit. Again, not a lot of detail in there, just some strut and some guide marks for you to glue in the wheel bay when you get round to it. On the underside of the wings, you have your landing lights there, cut out, and these large bulbous markings here. As I say, I'll just run that camera along there so you can see how smart and how crisp that is. This kit is quite old. I think this was first produced back in the 70s. Obviously, they've added, done bits and bobs to it over the years. But all in all, I can't wait to get started on this kit. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, moving on to the different variants. This is the Dam Buster variant with the Dam Buster bouncing bomb. Famous Barnes Wallis Dam Buster bomb. And the bomb bay, which will house your bouncing bomb. Comes with the mechanisms and the struts to hold the bomb in place. I do know you can get an upgrade for this kit of the bouncing bomb and the mechanism, and it is slightly more detailed. But just for the general modeler like me, who's not going to go and display it, and who's not really, you know, into that type of thing and taking it to shows and showing them, you know, that will suffice. You know, that'll do me. I'm not one of these fellas that's going to go and display my work. It's just for my pure pleasure alone, and that's all it is. If we move on to the Grandslam, you can see the Grandslam bombs there. That's quite a large ordnance. And remember, I was telling you about the blanked nose on the Grandslam. There's that there. There's the strapping for the Grandslam. When you think about the weight of that thing, and it was just held on by a couple of straps, you wouldn't want that flying over your house, would you? And the bomb bay to accommodate that as well. So that's the ordnance for the Lancaster bomber. Moving on to tail fins. Tail fins come in two halves. Upper fin is cast in one part. Again, some nice riveting detail on that. Very fine detailing. And of course, we've got some of the engine cowlings up at the top there as well, port and starboard side. This bag here, this comes with two sets of propellers. Now, one set of the propellers is for the Lancaster Dam Buster, and the other set of propellers is for the Grandslam. So just be aware of that. I wasn't until I looked at the instructions, and I'm a bugger for not reading them proper. But you know, these things happen. I think this is for the Grandslam. These are the smoother wheels. They've got no ridging on them. Engine cowlings and engine exhausts as well. Moving on to the next spruce set. As you can see here, we've got the ridged wheels and some of the undercarriage that will go in. We've got the struts for the wheels, and some of the smaller parts there are for the engine. I think there's only two engine parts on this, two engines sets rather. Got the propellers, engine cowling, and the main struts for the wheels as well. Again, same size spruce, props, wheels, engine cowlings, engine exhaust, and undercarriage parts as well. But quite nice. As I said, the detail on this is quite good for the kit of its age. Moving on to the crew, it comes with 5 crew members. You've got a pilot, co-pilot. You've also got a bomb aimer, and if I turn this guy around here, you've got one crew, ground crew as well, waving them off on the jollies. V for victory, I think he's doing there. So that's quite nice. As I say, the moulding is not as crisp as what I would like it, but you can make out the details. You make out the buttons and the straps, which isn't that bad. And as I say, for the kit of this age, I think maybe this may have been one of the things they would have upgraded the crew set, but it is what it is. So we'll just take it from there. Okay, move that out the way. Some more parts. So this is the guns, machine guns, some interior. We've got the seating for the pilot, co-pilot, some of the electronics, radio, wireless, some of the aileron bars. That's for the, I think that would have been for the upper machine gunner, but that's not in there, is it? No. And rear wheel. So the rear wheel is in 2 parts. no tire, nothing to be clipped in. So machine guns, again, I do know that you can buy upgrade sets on the machine guns in little brass, and they do look nice. But as I say, if you're just making this for pure fun, like a novice like I am, I just think it's a waste of money. I mean, I'm not knocking anybody that does it by all means, but you know, I just think it's a little bit extravagant. Moving on to the clear glass canopies. So here we have the rear gunner glass canopy and two of the nose bubbles there, which is quite nice. And there's no spider's webs on them. Oh, there might be a little bit on one of them. Oh no, there is on both of them. There's a circle at the top, and some across the in the machine gun housing there as well. But you know, once it's painted out, you're not going to see it, are you? Let's be honest. Now, as I said to you before, this comes with pre-painted canopies and clear canopies, and for you to mask out yourself. Now, I know I'm going to sound a bit of a hypocrite here, but if I was going to buy anything, it would be the masking for this, because there is quite a lot of masking on this kit, especially around the machine guns and the side windows of the cockpit. There's a slight, I don't know whether the camera can pick it up there, there's a slight spider's web there where the injections come in at different temperatures, and of course it's met, and they've been at two different temperatures, so you will get that little white line. I don't think there's much you can do about that. And of course, once it's painted out, and if you're not going to go and display it, you know, you're just going to pick holes in it. Only you know it's there, you know? All the different lights, all the different landing gear, light in here, side fuselage, glass, quite nice. Now, this is the painted canopy. There's a painted canopy, which is nice in itself. But you know, once you get this kit together, on the instructions, there will be a brown part of the camouflage that comes over that. So you're going to end up masking that and painting it yourself anyway. Side windows for the cockpit, for the pilot to communicate with the ground crew. And then we've got the rear gunner, forward gunner and rear gunner's housing, armament there. And the different nose bubbles for the front of the aircraft. Finally, moving on to the fuselage. Once again, I'll just put it over there so you can see how big this is. It's a big kit, and it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of paint and a lot of patience, I'm sure, but it will be well worth it once it's finished. Lovely panel lines and riveting along. I can't see any injection marks on there at all. Quite nice. Right along, and you've got the crew entering the door there. I mean, you can do what you want with it. I mean, if you were really into it, you could cut that out and add some steps to it and, you know, make it a display model. But for me, purely, it's just going to be making the kit. Some nice interior detail there, if you can see, if I just turn it in the light, on the inside of the canopy. And of course, on the other side, if you can see that, let's just get that camera like that, you can see inside there, which is quite nice. Quite nice. Right, well, that's my review, look in the box, call it what you want. I'm quite happy with it. I'm not hard to please, and I've always made Tamiya kits, and this, I'm sure, is going to be a pleasure to make. And I'd like to invite you on the journey of me making this. I'm going to be updating my blogs, videos, tutorials, all that stuff. So if you like the video, like it, comment, share, subscribe, do what they want. As I say, this is my first attempt at doing this, so please excuse me if I sounded a bit jittery at times, but I'm really going to enjoy making this, and I'd like to share the journey with you as well. So until next time, look after each other and keep safe. Take care. Bye.